Hi, art students. I wanted to talk today a little bit about collage. We've opened up some of the studios, and if we haven't yet, we will be very soon. I want to talk to you about laying out your paper. A lot of this for older children is a review with a collage. The new children are going to see some introductions through some other artists and also this video. A collage essentially to me is building a picture. This student built a picture through some painted papers, and they started with the background here. The painting student's not open yet. It will be soon, so that will be an option for some of you. This entire collage was actually made from painted papers. I'm not sure if the student made every painted paper themselves or if they were borrowing from the scrap box. Either way, you are kind of building a puzzle, whether you want to sketch it out first or if you're kind of filling in spaces or just doing the layering. And that's primarily what we're doing. We're working with paper. You have to start with a base. Now the base for us is not this white paper. This is just more to me of a backing, and the base is whatever is farthest away in your picture. So if I were doing a landscape like this one, I have my backing here. So this is my area where I'm gluing everything to. And then I have my sky here, and then I layered on the ground, and then this pathway here. So this is just the beginning steps where we talked about going deeper in your ideas. So I want to start really thinking of all the elements that could go into a landscape. And I want to talk primarily about setting up this paper, because if you just started with a green, it's pretty flat. There's no detail to it, there's no texture to it, there's no life to it. So what I suggest is, and no matter what you're doing, and not every case, but if you're doing a landscape in particular, that you use the texture rubs. We have a whole bin full of them, lots of different patterns and stuff. I would suggest grabbing a scrap piece of paper over here, little half sheet, test it out, see if it's the pattern you even like, because some of them are kind of abstract and you can't tell what the design's going to be. So I did one sheet here, so you can tell the difference already in how much life is within the paper. So this is without, and this is with the texture. And I actually used two colors, and you have the natural color of the paper itself. Here's another example. If it were going to be a sky color versus without, you can see the difference in colors and textures. Here's another one. Again, I used 3 colors actually on this one. Here I did 2. This would be really great if you're making like a mermaid tail. I did purple first and then white over top. Here I did purple and then the pink and then white on top to almost kind of blend and smear it, soften it up a little bit. So these would be good pieces of paper to start building your picture on. Landscapes typically go side to side. This is landscape, this is portrait. It's up to you how you want to do it. Just this way is typical. You want to prepare your paper first and then start the gluing process. So even if you wanted to do a little bit shorter, that would be okay, because technically the way I've cut this paper, it only kind of fits like this. But as you know, I tend to think going straight across is pretty boring. That's a boring kind of landscape to me. I like to add a little bit of, hills or mountains even. So to do that, you will have to do probably a second piece of landscape paper to go over, and that's what I did here. Okay, the other option is to turn your paper, and it should fit this way. If you got your sky down here, you can go ahead and glue that on. I would put the sky on first. It's kind of further in the background. So I've added it this direction. And then for my landscape, I do want to add a little bit of detail to it. And we could get out the crazy scissors to give you a little bit of a decorative edge as well. A little bit of glue, not putting very much, a couple dots, tapping it on. Remember, the least amount of glue you use, the better. And then you can go ahead and raise this up. It's kind of hard to see as I'm working here. So it's okay to have that white at the bottom because you can cut that off. So this could also be the size of your collage paper. Instead of it being super long like this one, you could turn it this way. You can also go this direction to have the sky up here, laying down here. Another thing you may want to do It could be the first thing you do, or it could be after you have done this section, is start looking for things in the magazine, or whether you plan on creating them yourselves. So in this case, I may add some characters here to my piece. I found a fire hydrant. I figure we're outside. That would be an element that I would see outside in not in nature, but outside. A little bit of glue. Figure out my placement and add it. And then I found Mr. MC Hammer here, and he looks like he's having a great time outside dancing. I'm going to add him. And maybe this is a little block party, and I would want to find other people that look like they're having fun dancing or just having a little party. It could be an outside party. So that's just, one piece of my collage. Many more to go. Plants, flowers, trees, houses, other people, animals. All those elements that we talked about, gathering your ideas, putting them in your picture. Okay, hope you have fun today.